We're going to go ahead and do a nose waxing now, and this is not waxing on the outside of the nose, but actually waxing the hair that's on the septum, which would be the center of the nose, and on the outer circumference of just the inside of the nose. We're not removing all of the hair that's the filter hairs up and through this area. We're simply taking just a small amount of the Cirepil blue wax, which will have a tendency to grab the hair, shrink wrap the hair, and enable us to remove any of the hair that's right on the outer portion of the nose. The outer portion of where that someone would actually see the hairs from the sides of the nose. And so I'm applying it in the nose, doing a twist, like this. We'd actually done this a little bit earlier, but we didn't get it on video, so we're going to actually wax the second time to see if there are some more hairs. I think I waxed mine 6 times the first time. So on the waxing, once it starts to dry, you can pull this off of the skin, because you really don't need to be pulling the skin. We're just lifting up the wax off of the skin, and this way we can pull any of the hair that's growing around the outer circumference. And again, by touching the wax, it will cool it down some. You don't want the wax coming out enough that it's out on the skin, because there's no reason to pull the skin. And then you can give almost a little pressure between the septum and the nostril to see if there's any hairs. And I'm for sure that there will be, even though not as much as the first time that we did it. So again, you always remove the wax at a count of 1001, 1002, 1003. That way the client is comfortable and they know what's coming. So you go 1001, 1000. Oh, I lied. Okay. So you always want to kind of sneak up on them, and then that way they don't know exactly what's going on. And as you can see, yes, there is hair. There's not as much hair as there was at the first time that we did. This was our first waxing that we missed earlier. This is the second waxing. I like to actually get it all removed like that. Now we'll do the other nose again, the other nostril again. It goes pretty quickly because the Cirepil blue wax dries very quickly. It doesn't have to be ripped off of the skin because the Cirepil blue wax shrink wraps the hair. And now what we're going to do is I'm getting this wax to go down to a bead at the end. The viscosity looks good. And then we're going to just put it right in the end of the nose here, giving it a twist this direction, working it back and forth, but really not going in any further. And if the stick starts to move, then you need to support the stick some. So until it stops moving. Okay, now it's stabilizing some. In a moment, what we'll do is we can actually use another stick to lift off the blue wax off of the outer nostrils, because this way, that's the part that actually hurts, is when you're pulling it off of the skin and it's not just attached to the hair. And then I can come in to the septum area, lifting it off of the sides of the septum to be very, very precise. If it starts to stick, then just drag it off of your stick right on down to the other little waxing piece. This will also cool it down some. And then again, we're going to give it a little bit of a pinch with the wax. And when we count to 1,003, we always start to count, but now you can see right there that right there, now how can you breathe? Are you doing good?
I'm doing fine.
And you can see that, yes, even the second time around, there was some hair on the outer circumference. And it's good to get that gone because that way none of the hair is showing. Thank you.